8 to 4 causes of the Civil War questions. And answers 100% verified. Why was the Missouri Compromise of 1820 created? The Missouri Compromise was an attempt to keep the number of slave and free states even. What did the Missouri Compromise of 1820 do? The Missouri Compromise admitted Missouri as a slave state and Maine as a free state. Furthermore, with the exception of Missouri, this law prohibited slavery in the Louisiana Territory north of the 36° 30' latitude line. It kept the balance between slave states and free states to 12 apiece. Who proposed the Missouri Compromise of 1820? Henry Clay of Kentucky. Why did the Missouri Compromise of 1820 help cause the Civil War? The Missouri Compromise helped cause the Civil War because of the sectionalism and division it created. The country was dividing into slave states and free states. A literal line had been drawn to separate free and slave states. 1/3. How and how long did Congress silence all congressional debate over slavery? Gag rule on slavery, which ended the slavery issue in Congress for 10 years. Why was the Wilmot Proviso created? The 1846 Wilmot Proviso was a bold attempt by opponents of slavery to prevent its introduction in the territories gained from the Mexican War. What did the Wilmot Proviso do? Heavy checkmark. The Wilmot Proviso stated that neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall ever exist in any part of the territory that might be acquired from Mexico as a result of the Mexican-American War. Who proposed the Wilmot Proviso? Democratic Representative David Wilmot of Pennsylvania. David Wilmot added the Wilmot Proviso Amendment to what president's bill? In 1846. President James Polk sent a bill to Congress asking for funds for the war with Mexico. Pennsylvania Representative David Wilmot added an amendment to the bill known as the Wilmot Proviso. What happened to the bill in Congress? The bill never passed through Congress. 2/3. When was the Wilmot Proviso proposed? 1846. How did the Wilmot Proviso help cause the Civil War? The Wilmot Proviso fueled the conflict between the North and the South because the power in Congress was an issue. This made it become apparent that many Northern politicians wanted to end slavery outright by not allowing it to exist in the new territories, which would also weaken the South's political power. This caused the South to be resentful to the North's beliefs, not wanting to lose their way of life. Slavery. When did California apply for admission to the Union as a free state? 1849. Why was California becoming a free state important? California becoming a free state upset the balance of the number of slave and free states, so now there were more free states than slave states. Why was the Compromise of 185 created? The Compromise of 1850 was created to help decide how to handle statehood in territories won in the Mexican-American War. Powered by TCPDF, www.tcpdf.org. 3/3.